My friends, as I told you, I'll be calling you semi-candidates because you have a short time. And the reason why I keep calling you semi-candidates is that I want you to have that responsibility, that you have to do things in a different way. Don't do things in an obvious way. Like when it's time for learning, no one should tell you that, please switch off the TV for you know, because you are doing things in a special way. I left you with an activity, and as a routine, we have to go through and we confirm our answers. And hope you still remember my name. Today I'm not going to remind you because now you have seen me for several times, okay? Now, let's go to question number 1. What is meant by political organization? What do we mean by political organization? It simply means the way people rule or govern or administer themselves. That is political organization. Question number 2. Give 2 reasons to support this statement. East Africans had governments before colonialism. Give 2 reasons to support the above statement. I expect you to have, these people were led by kings. So kings had governments. Are we there? These people were led by chiefs. These people were led by emperors. Are we there? Yes. I expect to have such responses. Question 3. How did the people of East Africa rule themselves before colonialism? Give 2 reasons. Through kingdoms, through chiefdoms, or they were led by kings, they were led by chiefs, and many others. Question number 4. Why do you think some tribes were able to form kingdoms? What enabled some of these tribes to form kingdoms? 1, they lived a settled life. They were organized. They were united. They had united people. Are we there? I expect you to have passed that question. Question number 5, and it was the last question. It was the last question. Name any one ancient kingdom of East Africa. Have Wanga Kingdom, that was formed by the Luya people. Had the Bunyoro Kingdom, Buganda, Ankole, Karagwe, and so many others. Now, what are we going to have today, my good children? We are going to learn about the characteristics of kingdoms, the advantages and the demerits of kingdoms. Just that, and we end our show. Are we there? So I request for active participation and concentration. I have to concentrate to get what I'm going to say. Now, what can help someone to identify that this is a kingdom? What are the characteristics of kingdoms? Now this is revision, P5 work. I told you SST is very good. You repeat the same things, but you just keep on adding a little. So in P5 we learned about the characteristics. Do you remember some? Okay, let's see. 1. They have hereditary rulers. Their way of getting leaders is through inheritance. It is from one generation to another. It's from a father to the son. Okay? So you don't go to vote for the leaders. That also saves conflicts and resources. Are we there? So they have hereditary leadership. You have to inherit from your father. If you are lucky and your father is the king, you are the son, just know it is a sure win for you to become the next king. When the king dies, is replaced by the prince. The prince becomes the next king. And it continues like that. It is a dynasty, a group of ruling families. One family has to do what? To continue ruling. Are we there? So that's one characteristic of kingdoms. They have hereditary rulers, okay? They have royal regalia. What do we mean by royal regalia? We simply mean the tools or things that can identify a kingdom. Do you know some of them? Like the royal throne. The one you can locally call Namlondo. That one is the royal throne. Are we there? The royal drum, the royal shield, the royal gown. normally see our cultural leaders or traditional leaders, they dress in a unique way, mainly when you have functionings. Those are examples of the royal regalia. So a kingdom should have royal regalia. Are we there? Remember, these royal regalia were introduced by the Bachwezi in East Africa. Do you still remember that history? The third one is they have a single supreme king at a time. You can never have two kings in one kingdom. That would be a big fight. Okay? So these kingdoms have each king at a time. That's why when we are teaching you the kings of Uganda, Bunyoro, Toro, Ankole, we bring one after the other. We can never say that we had Kabaka Mutesa the first at the same time with Kabaka Mwanga. No. Kabaka Mutesa, after Kabaka Mutesa the first, Kabaka Mwanga. After Kabaka Mwanga, Kabaka Daudichwa. That shows you that this is a kingdom. The leadership is smart. You can never have two rulers at a time. Are we there? So the third characteristic is they expanded by raiding their neighborhood. These kingdoms started as small communities, but they kept on expanding. So kingdoms expand by raiding, by attacking its neighborhood. Okay, when you are the neighbor and you are weak, these people are going to fight you and they push you away and they claim for that land, and that is how kingdoms expand. The other point is they have burial places for kings referred to as the royal tombs. For instance, why am I using Buganda commonly? Because our school is located in Central, and this is where we have the Buganda kingdom. Don't say I have bias or I'm biased. No. I am talking about Buganda. I also talk about other kingdoms, but because we are mainly located in Buganda. So I find it easy to give examples. Some of these examples, you know them. That's why I'm always using Buganda. So they have the royal places for the burial of these kings, known as royal tombs. Like the Kasubi royal tombs is where the Kabakas of Buganda are laid. Are we there? Now we also have, they have social institutions like lineages and clans. These kingdoms have social institutions. They have ways how people are related to one another through lineages and clans. They also have people are divided according to social classes. E.g., we have the royal people, okay? The people of the royal family, and we also have the commoners, locally known as Bakopi. So now, those are the classes I'm talking about. They are these special people, the people known as the royal class, and the local people, the commoners, okay? The commoners have to work for the royal class. For example, we had Budo SS. That school was mainly for the royal family. Traditionally, it was a school for the royal family. So for you, a commoner, a Mkopi, you would not go there to do what? To learn. That was during the time of the white people in Uganda. Now the kings have absolute powers. They have powers, they have final decision, and that's why when we study about the Uganda matters, the king had absolute powers to order for their death because they had a lot of powers. Are we together? So these are the characteristics of kingdoms. Okay? Now, what are we going to have in our next session? Are these kingdoms important? Are you proud of your kingdom? We want to see how are these kingdoms important to people. Think of 5 and we discuss here. Now, these kingdoms promote peace because they have the responsibility to keep their people safe. So they make sure there is no violence, there is freedom. The people have freedom in their area. Are we there? These kingdoms had even special armies. the Abatabazi for Buganda. We also had the Abaresura for Bunyoro. We had the Rugaruga for the Nyamwezi people. So the army's work is to protect people or to maintain peace in a kingdom. 2, these kingdoms promote unity, or they unite people, they bring people together. They give people a belonging, and that is what we call unity. Then they promote culture as they encourage cultural activities, cultural languages, and cultural functions. Are we there? They promote morals among people. They teach. Like in Uganda, we normally have a Sagat for Nabageleka. That Sagat is for teaching children good morals. So kingdoms promote good morals among people. They also offer scholarships to the students. These kingdoms own universities, schools, so they offer bursaries, or you can call them scholarships to students. They also create jobs for people. There are people who work for the kingdoms. These people are paid some money. So when you work there, that will be your job. So these kingdoms are very good and we need them. Okay? That is why when kingdoms were abolished in 1967, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni had to restore them in 1993 because of these benefits. Are we there, my friends? So we can also have the demerits or disadvantages of kingdoms. They are good, at the same time, they have some bad things with them. So one is, these kingdoms promote tribalism. This aims at only catering for their tribe. For example, if it is Busoga kingdom, the first things are for the Basoga. Then the rest will do what? Fall. Isankole kingdom, the first things are for the Banyankole, Buganda. Traditional things were for Baganda. For you, if you were Musoga, you would stay where? In the Musoga. If you are an Alul, stay in an Alul. When you come to Buganda, you will not receive the same treatment as the Muganda will. Are we there? That is tribalism. So they also promote dictatorship. Since the king has all the powers, he dictates anything he wants, and that is dictatorship. Dictation is not a good thing because sometimes you can make mistakes in your decision. It's better when you sit down and you discuss, then you come up with the best solutions. So these kingdoms promote dictatorship. Even they don't give you a chance to vote. It's just one man is sure, you know I'm going to be the next king. You just, because you have to inherit it, okay? So these kingdoms also mainly favor members of the royal family over the commoners. The royal family are the Abalangira. They benefit, they get the most privileges go to these people. Then the commoners have a copy. We get the residues. The leftovers are for the copy, which is not a good thing. Even when it comes to the national ways, the kingdoms only cater for their area, for their territories. Are we there? They don't promote national development. They only promote regional development. Okay? Now, friends, this is our last session. Titles that were given to various leaders of pre-colonial society. Like we had the Baganda of Uganda, that was Kabaka, Banyoro, that is Omukama, Omukama. Hopefully I've said it in the right way. We have the Basoga, that was Chabazinga, Banyankole, Omugabe. Okay? We also have the Batoro, also share with Bunyoro, Omukama. We have the Nyamwezi, that is in Temi. The Wanga or the Luya people have Nabongo. And Iteso, we have Emorimori. Achol, we have Rot. Then Alul, we have Roth. Then my friends of Rwenzururu, we have Omsinga. Now, if I've not mentioned your culture or your people, don't worry. I'll be coming in even other lessons. Hopefully when I come for the next time, I will not leave you out. Or what I've not mentioned, you can ask your parent. You can consult your parent. They will give you information because they know about this information. So I have come to the end of this lesson and I've organized for you a very cute activity that is very simple for semi-candidates. I want you to sit down, no crossing, no one should distract you, and you do for me this work in the most organized way. I want to wish you good stay. We meet in the next lesson. See you.